So now you might be asking yourself, okay, the last couple Snare Saturday videos were all about the Ludwig Acrolite. So are we done? Yeah, we are. Kind of. Because a few folks were leaving comments in those videos saying that the Acrolite is nothing but a cheap version of a Supraphonic and won't be anything else. So with a few folks believing that all an Acrolite is, why don't we compare it to a Supraphonic? And to make it as level as possible, let's make them both come from the same era. What's going on, everybody? Nick Costa here, and in this video I'm going to compare a late 60s Ludwig Acrolite to a late 60s Ludwig Supraphonic. Now, since vintage drums are all the rage and late 60s Ludwig snare drums are pretty popular right now, I thought this would be a great chance to demo these two drums since they're both from the late 60s. That way you could hear the difference between them. Now, before we dive into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. That way you're notified of any additional content that I upload to the channel. Now, with all of these Snare Saturday videos, the whole concept behind it is just to showcase all of these different drums and the different sounds that you can get from them. And the last few videos, I've been showcasing the Ludwig Acrolite because I believe that they are pretty great drums, but they do sound different depending on what era that you get. However, one reoccurring theme with comments was people identifying that an Acrolite is nothing but a cheap Supraphonic. So it's safe to say when it comes to the Acrolite, folks either love it or hate it. Now, whether they do love it or hate it, it just made sense for this next Snare Saturday video to be one where we are comparing the two to one another. And that's exactly what I want to do in this video. Now, to level the playing field and try to make this as equal as possible, I have two drums from the late 60s. So let's start out with the first drum, the Ludwig Supraphonic. This is known as the LM400 because this is a 5x14 shell. Now, I don't believe that this is a chrome over brass shell because I do not see any B stamps in the shell anywhere, and there is a little bit of pitting in one area. So let's say that this is in fact a chrome over aluminum shell, and like every other Supraphonic, it comes with 10 bow tie lugs, triple flange hoops on the top and bottom, and the Ludwig P83 throw-off. Now, this snare drum in particular has what everyone calls the baseball bat muffle, which is a baseball bat style lever on the outside and a rectangular shaped damper on the inside. You simply turn the lever and that engages the damper. Now let's talk about the Ludwig Acrolite for this video. It is the 68 Ludwig Acrolite that I showcased in the very first Acrolite Snare Saturday video. This is a raw aluminum shell with 8 bow tie lugs, triple flange hoops on the top and bottom, and Ludwig's P83 throw-off. So these drums should be the same shell. They should have the same lugs. They should also have the same hoops. They even have the same throw-off. The only difference is that one is chrome plated and one isn't, and that one that is chrome plated has 10 lugs instead of 8 lugs. Now, to try and level the playing field even further, I put the same exact heads on each drum, which is a Remo Ambassador X coated on the top and an Ambassador snare side on the bottom. Finally, both snare drums were outfitted with the Canopus vintage wires. These are the 20-strand model. So just like every other comparison Snare Saturday video, I'm gonna play both drums in the same exact tuning, one right after the other. While I'm in each tuning, I will start out with the drums having the internal damper disengaged, then I will engage it so you can hear the difference that it makes. Now, I am not tuning these drums to anything specific. I'm not using any type of tuning device to help me. I'm just using my ears to get them to be the same pitch. I will say this, however, the bottom head is going to be the same throughout all of the tunings, which is a tabletop tension. That is my preferred way of tuning the bottom head because I like my snare response to be really quick and snappy. So, enough of me talking. Let's dive into the demo. So here's one thing to keep in mind between the two drums. Since the Acrolite has 8 lugs compared to the 10 lugs of the Supraphonic, if you are tuning them to be the same, let's say you're doing a quarter turn on each lug. The quarter turn on each lug on the Acrolite is not going to bring the pitch up as much as the Supraphonic. It's because you don't have as many lugs, you don't have as many tension points. So when I was tuning these two drums to be the same pitch, I could do a quarter turn on every lug of the Acrolite, whereas with the Supraphonic, could be an eighth of a turn. But because both shells are aluminum, you can get them to be the same pitch. You're just going to notice that the overtones are going to be slightly different. But either way, I would love to get your opinion on what you thought of each drum, so make sure that you leave that in the comment section below letting me know. And what I'm really interested in, what were some of those really big sound differences that you heard? Also, if you have any additional questions like how I was tuning each one of the drums, or if you're interested in any of the other gear in the video, which is also a common thing, and to answer some of those popular questions, the drum kit that I am playing on is a Ludwig 1/10th Anniversary Legacy Mahogany kit. This is the charcoal diamond inlay finish, which only 40 of them were ever made. And the prototyped ride cymbal that I am playing is a Zildjian Concept Shop 24-inch classic orchestral ride. But if you have any other additional questions regarding gear, feel free to leave that in the comment section below and I'll answer it for you. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to hear each drum in a broader tuning range, I do exactly that in the Snare Saturday videos where I'm showcasing each one of these drums. To make it easier for you, I put links to those videos in the description below. Also, if you want to check out some of the earlier videos from the Snare Saturday series, I've also put a link to that playlist in the description below. And to make it a bit easier, I'll have it pop up right here. Finally, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. That way it makes it a little bit easier for others to find it. And that is it. Thank you so much for checking out this video on comparing a Ludwig Supraphonic to a Ludwig Acrolite to see if there is a difference. And until next time, see you later.